I'm gonna post it on my page.
Apparently she was, grabbing people's groins.
Yeah, walking around.
Very invasive.
Mm-hmm. Compared it to the person.
I'm trying to figure out what I'm about to say.
Listen, I'm just gonna chill today.
Hey man,
Yeah.
I'm my boy Spike's birthday, so we just chill.
Hey, we about to bring Minnie Jackson up here for him.
No.
About to bring Minnie Jackson up here.
Get a little feel.
Yup.
That's crazy.
Yeah, Copperfield.
That's very crazy. But it ain't worse than when they said we could play hide and go get it at our game night.
Yo, that was crazy.
Recently?
Like 2 nights ago.
They said it.
We didn't have game night 2 nights ago.
Crazy thing is, it's so dark in here.
We ain't playing that.
That was his suggestion.
I was on the call I was like, what are you guys talking about?
Yeah, I was like, how did we get here? But they had all types of suggestions for game night. But when that one came out, when that got brought to the table, we were like, yeah, no, it's just a chill night. We just be, trying to have wholesome fun.
Sexual assault.
Yeah, like somebody was like, yeah, you definitely about to go to jail.
Right.
Yeah, man, demon.
All right, get into this joint, Ed. What we got going on?
Yes, sir. So once again, first time to the show. I don't assume, but there's some vets in the game, so I don't assume this is their first radio gig, right? Nah. They said they're professionals.
Yeah,
but this is their first time to the Big Heff Radio Show, so thank y'all for reaching out, trying to, be a part of this aura that we provide here, this fun. Mm-hmm. And I was just like, oh yeah, sure, you can come on the show. Why not? We've never had you. We'd like to hear your music. They were able to get a big collab. Well, it's kind of big to me, but I don't know.
Huge.
Yeah, okay, so I'm gonna run with that. They were able to get a big collab, and they wanted to celebrate it by bringing it to the show. So we're gonna welcome Richie Carlisle and Jones to the show.
What's up?
We're shaking on, guys. How y'all feeling, man? How's y'all mental health?
Do you know how they go for these spikes right here?
Good.
Do me a favor and take that microphone like a superstar and just hold it.
Alright.
There you go. And then do me a favor and just bring that little club like that.
There you go.
Okay.
All right.
That might sound nice.
Yes. So, welcome to the show, you guys. How y'all feeling today?
Alright, how y'all feeling?
Feeling great.
Yeah, we're enjoying each other's company.
Yeah, we're doing pretty good.
Yeah.
Seems like a good
Yeah,
bunch.
we decent. We decent. I see y'all brought y'all brought something to the party.
Just a little.
Appreciate y'all.
We should.
Appreciate y'all.
For yourselves.
Definitely appreciate it.
Shake it off or something. Well, this is not y'all first time, but some people bring it to, shake the nerves. But
Right.
yeah.
So what got y'all, how did y'all come across each other? How did y'all meet?
Well, I've known my guy Al since School of Arts,
Hi, Al.
6th grade. We just been rocking ever since, and I met Richie through him.
Okay.
So like me and Al, we had linked up through a mutual friend of ours, my boy John. Shout out John Adams. Me and John worked together, and at the time, both of us had podcasts going on.
Okay.
So he came on mine, and then I went on his.
Spread the love.
And then we, I met Al, and then we linked up. It was dope, and then me and Al just started, just getting to know each other and had similar goals, and we just decided to collab on just the music, podcast, and then the whole nine. Put together a company, Acquired Taste Media. We do hip videography, photography, music production, music support. All things regarding entertainment. And we've been rocking for about 2 years, and it's been great.
Now, since Al is the glue, Al, what you been doing all these years?
Music.
All right, great. Yeah, that was a great answer. Yeah, he said plenty of music, and I just bring my friends along for the ride. We like that.
He is the clue.
So you guys said you have like this all-encompassing type of situation with entertainment. What's the name?
Acquired Taste Media.
Okay, I like it.
Nice. Okay, so like it being 50 years of hip hop, you guys within this industry, we see different generations of different styles of music and how everything changed. I had this conversation earlier with some friends. Do you guys really feel like it has been a true change with music?
I will say yes and no.
I think it has. For a lot of different reasons. I mean, but it's supposed to change. It's supposed to evolve. So a lot of people look at the change as a negative thing, but you gotta accept the change and the growth with it. You don't want it to be stagnant and stay the same way. So you got these young, melodic NBA young boys and babies, like we needed that.
Right.
I mean, you know, because, you know, back in the day, we had Kane, we had Eric B. and Rakim, everybody had an identity. A little after that, everything started sounding the same.
Yeah, everybody can't rap like broken glass everywhere. Everybody
Right,
can't rap
right,
like
so
that.
yeah.
That's crazy.
The change is great to me personally.
Richie,
I'm with it.
what say you?
I'm with the change, you know what I'm saying? You have to, with every generation, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna have something different brought to the game. Like, you know, I'm an older artist, so, you know, back in the mid to late 90s and stuff, the focus was on lyricism, dope beats. You know, now, again, you have more of the melodic, you know, you have the fusion, let's say, of like R&B and hip hop, where you have artists that can sing and rap, you know, and they incorporate it. So it's a good thing. My main thing is, you know, if you dope, long as it's dope, I'm with it, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, even back in the golden age of hip hop, you had trash rappers, you know, then, so you have trash rappers now. So my main thing is, whatever you're doing, man, do it at a high level. And you got guys that's doing what they do, you got ladies doing what they do at a high level. So, you know, so anybody listening that's, you know, that's doing art, you know, do the best art that you can when you're at. You know what I'm saying?
How does it make you? I'm not really sure if this is how I want to pose the question, but hopefully you hear what I'm asking you through it. How does it make you feel to see hip hop age so well and people like Jay-Z or E40 or you know what I mean, in a sense where they always thought it was a young man's game? Like, how does it resonate with you to see them, Master P, all of them age so well in the game and still be relevant, have relevance?
I love it. You know, it goes to show that, you know, what the thing is, the greats are always going to evolve and grow, you know, within any industry. You know what I'm saying? You know, you may have somebody that may start off as entry-level sales rep. They may ultimately become the executive vice president. They may not be doing what they originally was doing, but they're still connected, and they're still, you know, connected and respected. So I love it.
That's what's up. How do you, like, I know to kind of piggyback off of your question, Ed, how do you guys maintain the transition through different eras of music, right? Like, because you got, like you said, you were part of the 90s era. Like, you know, that was the era of lyricism. Now, this is more so like the melodic style of music. It's kind of popcorn as far as how fast music is popping out. Everything comes out quick. How do you guys transition into that style and stay current and relevant?
Be authentic.
I like that.
You know, it's a skill set that we have where we can be authentic but still do it this way or that way. So I'm not trying to talk about what he's talking about, but I can talk about it how he's talking about it. I can be melodic, but it's still gonna be my message.
I like that.
I'm gonna say what I want to say that way.
Okay.
And so that, and with that skill set, I can get on the track with anybody. I may not talk about what he's talking about, but it'll match the song, and my point will come across. So that's how I approach it.
I like it for sure. How when it comes to like how do y'all come across like with these artists that y'all choose to work with, or like even beats and stuff? How do y'all know like this is this is where we want it? This is our target market. This is how we want to go about it. Do y'all have like a certain way y'all go about that, or is it just like we just doing what we want?
You know, for the most part, it's just if I like a beat, I'm gonna rock on it. Period.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Now, in terms, you know, now this is a business, so you have to become smart with it because you only have so many resources, you know, to put it out there. If you're trying to put it out there, you know, professionally. So you do have to figure out, you know, who is most likely to even listen to your music. You don't want to waste your time, you know, at least I wouldn't want to waste much time targeting my music to a trap heavy audience, you know, because that's not where it's at. I mean, the thing is, a lot of my music does have trap beats per se, but you know, my focus, that's not my market, so I'm not going to really try to push too tough with them. But like Jones said, we can do it. You know, I can. You give me. We can do it. You know, give me a Detroit beat. You know, and then you know I can snap on it, but that's not. You know, that's not what I do. But you know, you put me in the studio with somebody that does that, it'll get done.
How did you guys get into podcasting?
Okay, well for me, a friend of mine and his buddy, they had a group back in the day called Runaway Wordplay. And I was helping them with that movement, and They was like, hey, you should do a podcast because you talk and you're smart, and you know, and you can, and can help, the group. So then I said, okay, sure. I never did radio before, but I said, okay, let's jump into it. And then once I started the podcast, it was called Runaway Radio.
Mm-hmm.
It took on a life of its own. It took on a complete life of its own. So we rebranded it and called it The Plug. We was at No Static Radio for a number of years. Then moved over to We Are Radio. And then from there, I spent a lot of years just interviewing artists, business owners, politicians, and the whole nine. So for a long time, I was on this side of the microphone, and then, when the pandemic hit, the whole world had came to a standstill, and one of my big homies had just dropped a project, and I had, inboxed him, sent him a screenshot that I bought his project off of Bandcamp.
Okay.
And I was like, I was just, back in the day we used to rap or whatever back in college. And I was like, yeah, man, maybe I'll just, hop back out here. He was like, man, sure, man, go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
So it was just, again, the world that came to a standstill. So I was like, all right, send me a beat. So he sent me a beat, and then that beat, turned into a single. I had reached out to, one of my big brothers, Arrogant, to record it. Then that turned into like an EP, then it turned into a full-blown album. Then from there, did the release party, got on stage, and then, the bug, like I got rebit, got rebit by the bug, so then I just started digging deeper and deeper, and here we are. So I wasn't really, it was kind of accidental for real, because I wasn't happy just being on that side of the mic, because I had, did hip hop and stuff, back in the day. It was cool with it, but after a while, I was like, you know what? If it's something that you love and something you're good at, it's gonna surface eventually, and it did. So, and I'm having way more fun, having way more success on the other side of the mic. I didn't envision it, didn't ask for it, but I'm with it. I'm gonna go ahead and keep rocking with it.
Cool. So you guys brought us a song today. Tell us a little bit about that song.
Well, the song is called I90. We got a feature from Benny the Butcher from Griselda Def Jam. And we got the verse first. We got his verse first. Word.
Who like Griselda?
So we got the verse, and me and Al made the beat, and Richie wrote his verse first. I had wrote a verse, and Richie sent me his. I said, oh, nah. No, I got to do mine over. Yeah, I had to do mine over, and it was just like it's a bar heavy song, with a New York '90s vibe, gritty. It's really for people that appreciate spitters.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It's not a club song. It's not a dance song. It's just like a raw spitter song, and it fit. Like we had Benny's verse first, and once we put all our verses together, it just came together magically, in my opinion.
Cool. Well, introduce the song. We're gonna go into it, take a listen, and
Yeah, we gonna
introduce
do
the
that.
song.
We gonna do that.
We're gonna do Pump It or Dump
Yeah,
It.
we
That's
gonna
our
do that.
segment.
Alright, that's
And we're gonna let y'all know if we gonna pump the song or we gonna dump the song. Please introduce it.
All right. So I90, Winston Willis featuring Richie Carlisle, R.A. the Great, and Benny the Butcher, live on the Big Heff Show. Nerve DJs, let's go.